Season 1, Episode 1 of Hunt Big brings us up into the Black Hills of South Dakota, where my grandpa has drawn a bull tag after 17 years. Me and my dad have a couple months to do as much scouting as we can, get to know some areas, some trails, and hopefully get to see some elk. This bull tag is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it all comes down to the month of October. We ended up spending 5 different trips up in the hills doing some scouting. Scouting trip number 1, we went north in the unit, and we pretty much drove all day long. We never saw an elk, we never hung up a trail camera. We just drove all day long and got familiar with some trails. Scouting trip number 2, we went south in the unit, and it was a lot better day than scouting trip number 1.
Catch it.
Where's that? Oh my gosh, that's giant. Holy crap, Dad. Dad. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, so I just got back home. Today was a lot better than the first trip out. We went to the south part of the unit. We found a good area that had a lot of scrapes, and we were seeing a lot of scrapes. We weren't sure if they were deer, but so we got out and we were seeing elk poop, and we were walking. My dad found a small shed, and we were walking back up, and he found an awesome 6-point elk shed. It's big, it's really nice. So that area's definitely got elk. And then we kept driving, and we just got into some thick cover, and we could not find anything good. And so we kind of just pulled over and threw the trail camera up, and it might just get some deer, probably not any elk. But that's a wrap for today. We did a lot of driving, a lot of walking, found a couple sheds, and I guess we'll see you guys in a week. So scouting trip number 3 went up into the hills, and we went and grabbed that trail camera that morning from scouting trip 2. And there was a few cow elk on there and a bunch of does. No big bucks or no big bulls. The rest of that day we spent driving around. We didn't do any hiking. We drove the rest of the day, just getting familiar with some trails. Today's August 11th. We're up here. We're gonna go walk up to the top of this ridge and grab our trail camera, and hopefully there's some elk on there. But the weather's getting a little better. It's starting to cool down more in the evenings and the mornings. Today we're gonna do less driving, more walking. So we're gonna walk up there right now and grab that trail camera. There's that trail camera. It had 550 pictures. We're gonna go look over this ridge and see if we can see any elk. back in the same exact area of where my dad found that shed. We're gonna do some shed hunting and maybe put up a trail cam. Alrighty guys, it's September 25th. It is currently 4:13. It's the last trip we're going to be out scouting for this elk hunt. We're getting up really early today. We're going to head up there. We got a side-by-side that we're going to drop once we get down to the trails. Hopefully we lay our eyes on a bull, which we have yet to do in the last 4 trips. We got a full moon, and the trees should be pretty colorful. So we're going to get up there, and hopefully you can see a bull today. Stay tuned. There's a group of elk right in front of us.
Oh, there they are, right there.
We just scared them. There's a lot of them. We spooked them when we came over this ridge. Made it to the camper. See you guys in the morning. We're here. This is what everything's came down to. It's October 1st. Rifle opener for elk hunting. Hopefully we can get on something. We got an idea for this morning and this afternoon. We're gonna get up here. We're dropping the side-by-side right now. We're gonna do some glassing and just hopefully hear something this morning. Stay tuned. So now it's mid-morning and we're driving down this trail and we spook about 13 elk and they all came single file running across the trail in front of us, and in the back there's a big bull. We never really got a good look at him and never got a good shot, but all we knew was he was a big bull. And keep in mind this bull for the next few days because he comes back into play. We're back where we started this morning.
Still no elk here.
We're gonna do some glassing here. We're not gonna come back to this area at all. We got a new area we found today. We've seen some elk. Hopefully we can glass up something this evening. Okay, we're moving. My dad just spotted the whole crap ton of elk. I still have the phone on the tripod, so I'm gonna get some good footage here. Hopefully we can make something happen here.
Still no elk here. Still no elk here. Still no elk here.
So my dad and grandpa did go after that bull, but they got to the top of the ridge and looked down, and it was way too steep, so they turned around and came back. Day 2 of this elk hunt in the Black Hills. It's 4 o'clock right now. We're gonna head out. We got an area that we found yesterday mid-morning that has a lot more cows, and it's got one nice shooter bull, so we're gonna head there and hope they're bugling and get on to something. So we got into our spot. We got out of the four-wheeler and was standing there just to see if we could hear anything. And we were hearing this bull bugle, so we took off after him. There's elk all around. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. So So we were calling to this bull and he was responding. And the reason why we didn't go after him is we ran the risk of pushing him onto private. So the yellow here is the ridge that he is over. That red waypoint is him, and the blue one is our location. So we were running the risk going after him and pushing him onto private and not being able to get a shot. So our best bet was going to wait for him and see if he would come over. It's afternoon now. We just walked over a ridge to glass. Turns out it wasn't much of a ridge. We're gonna do a little more driving this afternoon. That's mainly what we've been doing, and then make a plan for the night. We're up here for the evening glass. This is where we were this morning when we heard all them bulls and got close to that one. Yeah, just down that ridge. And he's up on that hillside, and we were down there. So let's just hope we can see something. So now it's day 3 of opening weekend, and we head to the same spot as yesterday. We get there, we get out, and we're standing there, and we start hearing this bull bugling in the same spot of where we spooked up bull Friday. We're thinking this is the same bull from Friday and from Saturday. So we take off after this bull, we walk down the trail.
This will get her wind. This should work out good. We should be able to get downwind. And then we'll call, but he's over here. Holy crap. There's a bull. Yeah, there he was. That son of a bitch. Grandma, right here. Come here. Right here.
We're bugling to him, he's responding.
Get back.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. Hope they had fun. So we're bugling to this bull and he's bugling back. And we keep getting closer and closer. Then we start seeing cows run across the trail. We've seen a smaller bull, and then eventually we saw the big bull run out a couple times chasing a couple cows. Never gave us a great shot. He disappeared for a couple seconds and we hear 6 gunshots. And that bull is dead. The thing I don't understand is how do you get 6 shots in a bull in that thick of cover? So we worked this bull for 3 days. We loaded up the 4-wheeler and headed to a whole new area and did some driving down some awesome trails. Saw a bunch of scrapes, never saw any more elk. We kind of just lost all of our hope for that day and just drove around the rest of the day. So me and my dad packed up and headed back home. My grandpa has a couple buddies coming out to hunt with him this week. So today we saw 2 different groups of elk. The first group of elk had about 50 elk, and the second another 50. And out of them 2 groups, we only saw 1 big bull, and it was a far shot, and he was walking. So now it's October 16th. Yesterday was October 15th. My dad and grandpa went out and they found a big group of elk. And there was a couple of nice bulls bugling and just tearing it up. But they could never get to them bulls because there were so many cows. They would spook all the cows and then spook the bulls. So they would have never got a shot at the bulls. So now it's October 16th and we meet my grandpa up in the hills.
MTC Beats.
So this ain't gonna be the best intro, but we just got to our spot. I don't know what day it is, but mid-October, and they're bugling like no other right now, and it's mid-October. Right over here, my dad was here yesterday with my grandpa, and they got on a bunch of elk, but couldn't get a shot at any of the bulls. So I think this day is gonna be a pretty good day. Hope I can get some good footage. we've seen probably 70 elk, and the bugles are insane. So we're gonna try to make a move. So we're hearing these bulls bugle, but we couldn't go straight after them because it was gonna be such a long hike. So we loaded back up in the four-wheeler and got to the top of the ridge and took to the top of the ridge to these elk. We saw a couple nice mule deer, and we finally got onto a trail, and we were seeing this tree getting the crap beat out of it, and then we started to see these horns.
Just wait, I can't see. Gunner?
My grandpa made a nice shot and hit the bull a little far back. We snuck up on the bull a little closer and put another bullet in his neck.
We should just really go for coming downhill. The trail goes over. I mean, it ain't one of them hogs, but it's a nice 6.
It's a 6x6. He's standing here rubbing this tree. We were over there.
See?
He slid down the hill.
And I couldn't see.
Came back to the truck with a load of gear. We're gonna head back right now in the four-wheeler to get all the meat in the head. So we're just loading up the back of the four-wheeler with snow for all the quarters, but it worked out perfect. It's like 10:30 and almost all the stuff is done.
No.
Even though it wasn't the biggest bull ever, at least all three of us were there to experience the kill. It was an awesome experience and something I'll never forget. An amazing hunt with my grandpa. Stay tuned for Season 1, Episode 2 of Hunt Big, because we'll be back up in the hills hunting white-tailed bucks.